Right now, a friend of mine, Doc, here at the Slabs, has given us permission to videotape his house and what he's built to put together so that he can have a comfortable life here out at the Slabs.
It's more comfortable all the time.
And it's really dark in here. I have to use the flash. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it helps keep out the flies. You notice there's no flies.
Yeah, there's no flies in here at all.
None. When I get more of the structure together, I'll be able to have it not be so dark and still have no flies.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just keep it dark. The actual principle is that the fly typically won't go into the darkness unless it can see the daylight it can fly to, so it knows it's got a path to fly.
Yeah, that helps out, eh? Yeah, tons of tarps up here, so it's actually cool in here. I'm surprised.
Yeah, keep it cool. Lots of tarp and lots of layers. Hopefully with like spaces between layers. Here it's sort of accomplished with cardboard boxes in place. Oh no, you don't.
Oh yeah.
Inside all that swaddling there is my ice water.
That's your ice water. So he's got his bed here. Everything's nice and cool. Got all his clothes organized.
Hotel mattress instead of like a regular mattress.
That's cool.
It's so dense that when it rains, the rain just sort of bounces off of it.
Desk and clothes are all hung. Doc likes his clothes.
That lamp there is something I made.
Did you make that?
Yes. The top of it, the only thing I didn't make is I didn't make the bulb and I didn't make the lampshade.
Yeah.
But the top of the lamp is made out of a crutch like Preacher Dave has.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I take out the rubber footies and I put steel tent poles up in the holes. And then the diameter of the tube on a cane is exactly the same as the diameter of one of them LED taillight bulbs. And so I just wrapped up a wire on the nail and inside some rubber, pushed it up the tube, and you can set the light in there and it works just fine.
That's
and
cool.
It also acts as a switch.
So do you mind if I ask you a couple questions, Doc?
Sure.
This is for the blog and stuff, just so people know, you know, what it's like to live here at the Slabs. There's a lot of bullshit, I shouldn't use that word, but there's a lot of crap on the internet about Slabs, and I like to show people for who they are and
you know,
give a truer perspective to it.
When I was developing websites and things, almost always somewhere in there I bury one of my slogans. A real popular one is, hate is where the ignorant deposit the frustrations of their own inabilities.
That's a good one. You'll have to probably talk louder just in case the mic doesn't pick it up. But do you want to tell me how long you've been here and how you ended up here?
I've been here a little more than a decade. At one time I had 6 figures in checking and savings and all that kind of thing. And then I started to make friends with doctors. About 3 years in and out of the hospital, surgeries and all that good stuff. And all the money evaporated, and I was still having trouble getting around. And ended up moving down here to my second-hand dad's parents' defunct auction yard, just south of Brawley. Pretty soon Frances got too old. She was the only one left, and she had to move into town. The property was sold, and we moved kitty corner from there to a 2-story, 3-bay garage. We got 4 years out of that place. It'd been a squat for about 20. And from there we moved up here.
So how long have you been here for then?
Over a decade.
Over a decade.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
They'll have to haul me out or carry me out. I like the place.
You like it?
Yeah.
What do you like most about the Slabs?
I say is that to a certain extent, we don't have rules. We have consequences and customs to avoid those consequences.
That's true.
There's no landlord.
No landlord, yeah.
You know, it's like the trees and the rabbits and us and everything. We belong to the land. Land doesn't belong to people.
There you go.
You know, here we have camps. So you know, what's ours is what's on top of the ground there. People tend to leave it alone for the most part. People come out here and it resonates. If people are expecting a hard time, they get a hard time. If they expect in sort of a Disneyland, they get sort of a Disneyland.
Okay.
It just echoes back whatever you bring.
You might have to just continue to speak up, Doc, because I'm just using the cell phone. Sorry.
You can actually get 2 realities that are 180 degrees opposed and have them both be valid. For example, let's say some twins came walking up the main road. One's going, oh my God, where did I go wrong? How am I going to tell my mother? And the other one's going, wow, this is nifty. I want to stay.
So what do you say about there's a lot of stuff on YouTube and stuff, and we've been here for 2 years now, so we've seen that there's definitely criminal activity out here. How do you guys deal with that?
Well, I don't expect the place to be a church. I find that the thieves mostly steal from thieves, mostly. I find it largely operates under what I call the vampire rule. Legend of Dracula. You couldn't come into your house till at least one time or another you invited them in.
There you
So
go.
what I do is I have the public room out there, which is a space that normally only has one entrance and one exit and doesn't connect to the rest of the camp.
Right.
So it's inoculation. You can have the people in the room that has nothing to steal and nothing to take, nothing to distract them, so they get to go and conversate with each other. They could have Domino and Solar Mike, you know, the thief and the business person sitting in the same room having conversation.
Right.
And that's what makes part of what makes things go better. We used to have a thing that Preacher Dave's wife, Liz, did once a week down at the Horseshoe Pits. You know, there'd be little announcements, and then there'd be the what got stolen. And usually most of the things that got stolen were sorted out by the end of the meeting.
There you go.
Yeah.
What would you say to these young people that are seeing stuff on YouTube and stuff and saying, "Oh, I want to go and live at the Slabs," and they're wanting to know if there's beds here and running water and power and
Sure, just plug into that current bush there. It's got a USB jack too. Well, actually, at one time or another, some folks had the idea of bringing out porta potties or something. I tend to believe that if folks are after what the Slabs has to offer, they think that's sort of silly because, you know, a person comes here, they may have never done anything by themselves in their life, and they dig their shitter. You know, place to go and do that thing you have to do every day, but they do it by themselves.
Yeah.
There's some accomplishment there. Even something as ragtag as this place here. Now, I'm proud of it. I built it by my own hand. It serves me well, keeps the weather out, and keeps my stuff in.
I have actually heard, I've actually been through a few camps, and one of the first things they show me is their outhouse, how proud they are. They've got their own outhouse all dug and curtained off. And
yeah, to go and sit there and provide people with things that they can achieve themselves deprives them much more. I mean, the sense of accomplishment, the pride, the thing, the self-winding that people wish everybody had. And it's like, you know, for some people everything's really easy. You know, whether they were born with a silver spoon or just got born with a clock that won't quit, and then not everybody's up to that. It's one of the things I notice about classism. It comes in many forms. They're like, people will be casually talking about something, look at a problem and say, well, you can fix that, it's only, and they mention some number. I think, only? I run on a finely tuned budget of $0 a month. I'm happy as can be. I'm not fretting that I don't have the latest bling 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 that's going to go and last 6 months, break down, have to get another one from Walmart.
yeah.
A place where you can only rent things, you can't buy them.
So do a lot of people that come here, do they have disability checks or?
Some do, some don't. I do have a saying, it's the land of misfit toys. We're all here because, well, we're not all there. State's most cost-effective institution. We don't even have to buy us our toilet paper. Mighty, mighty proud of the results they must be, is we're not all there, and there. This is where we don't have to succumb to normalcy.
Right.
Normal is the precise removal of everything that makes you unique. The lesson we learned of Tetris, that if you fit in, you disappear.
There you go.
Ba-ba-moo-moo.
So how do people that have made the Slabs their home feel about all these people that come in and stay for a few months and party and wreck the place and cause trouble and chaos?
Well, the birds.
Don't you get tired of it?
You see, that's so neat about the Slabs. The ungodly temperatures we have in the summer. It's a reset. It's an autoclave. If you don't need this place, you're gone. You've got to be anywhere else, maybe in jail. Some people go there to get away from this heat. And so October comes around, the season starts, and the birds come and self-anoint and build their sandcastles in the sand. And they bring with them, though, an artificial economy. Radios speak to them. They say, "Welcome back, Snowbirds," and stuff like that. And people find odd jobs to do with them, and they develop appetites over the season. And then the summer comes. For a brief period of time, we have what I call the thieving season. And that's where people try to service those appetites they develop during the season. That's soon over and just gives way to everybody broil and shades hunting and go in the canal and get cooled off.
Yeah.
And people you haven't talked to all year, all of a sudden they're buddies again because there's nobody else around. You got to talk to your neighbors. Yeah.
I've noticed that. I have noticed that because this is, when we left last year, there was still a bit of exodus that had to happen. There were still a few more people. This go around, since we're here in May, the exodus has happened. It's a lot emptier. It's a lot quieter.
It's been interesting in the last few years is that we've had not a huge, but a little bit of a drop off in the snowbirds. We had a generational die off. That's all the people led by example, just doing things the way they think they should be done. People seeing that and agreeing, doing it too. And so the place has had a couple of gritty years here.
Yeah.
I think it'll recover. It's been around for half a century. It's like when people talk about the trash. Everywhere you look, it's not hard to find a pile of trash. I always go and say to people, you ever see pictures of New York City after like a 3-week garbage strike? Trash up 3 stories high. We've had not only what amounts to a trash strike, but a trash embargo. We can't take our stuff to the dump.
That's been like 40 years, hasn't it, or more?
Yeah, about half a century.
Yeah.
And I look around out there and I go, we're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
You see trash, but can you imagine what it'd be like in your town if the garbage guy never came?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know a lot of people come in here and all they're mesmerized by a lot of the garbage. After we were here for about a week or two, we didn't notice it anymore. It becomes part of the landscape, and it doesn't stink because everything gets sanitized by the sun and the heat.
Well, it's like also people are picking through that trash, making things out of it.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of stuff is repurposed.
Oh, absolutely. MacGyvering, it takes on new dimensions out in the slabs. We got something out back we call the Slab Mart. This is where the city folk who have the dump available to them and garbage pickup decide to go and save a few bucks by hauling all their junk out to the back and just dumping it.
Yeah.
And we go out there and we find things that, we really need out here. Telephone company PBXs, people's old wonder carpet cleaners and whatever the heck else. But slowly but surely they get dismantled. That long, thick appliance cord might be used to hook up some solar panels or run another light. Yeah. Or strip for the copper.
Yeah, exactly. Even after the fires, I notice now that we've got people out here picking through, getting the scrap metal to make some money off of it.
Well, some are doing scrap metal for money. Some people are taking that stuff and turning it into art. Like out here, I've got three robots I just put together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I've got a 4th one on the way. It's a canine. Just got to figure out how I'm going to mount it.
You got to make it look like our dogs, Dobermans.
Oh, it's probably going to look more like Doctor Who's canine. So what people, it's not going to exactly like it, but it's going to have a head like that.
There you go.
Just to get them thinking that way. See, I took all the things a few years back. This place was burned to the ground by one of our recreational schizophrenics. Thought that I controlled the mazers, they controlled their mind. So they burned the place down with me in it. I woke up to the fire. I had just enough time to get my friend Dev out of the place, and everything went. But all the things that were recognizable objects, I went and I set aside out front on what's left of the trailer, and I've been using them as art.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah. Dev's old bass guitar, my auto harp that my mother gave me.
I remember that.
And I found a little piece of fabric still intact from the very first dress I had that Preacher Dave's wife gave me.
Oh.
The dress itself is, but I got this one little swatch of the original dress.
From Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
I miss her.
Yeah, I heard she was a pretty wonderful lady. I've seen a lot of pictures, and she looked like she was a pretty wild. She was a bit of a
She's a
little. She
firecracker,
was a bit of a wildcat. Yeah.
but she get things done.
Yeah.
You know, and she's a great compliment to Dave.
Yeah.
Sometimes they bring him at loggerheads, but not too much, and he managed to go and balance two halves of reality.
Yeah.
Now, out here, it's I say it's not a church, and so I end up being very aware of many things, and I have to go and balance these things in my mind.
Right.
You know, so it's not I'm not there to go and enforce laws or to go and punish people. I'm there to try and go and work for better outcomes.
Yeah.
You know.
You've got a way of coming at people with a non-judgmental perspective, and I think you've earned a great deal of respect in the community because we've had time to meet and talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people have a lot of respect for you.
There's a lot of people out here of note. You know, we've got a retired judge, we've got software engineers, we've got other kinds of engineers, we've got medical people. People that are either trying to go and stretch their retirement funds because they're so small, or folks that just don't want to play the Babylon game anymore.
Yeah, they're tired of living in society and paying taxes and paying for mortgages and going to work.
It's slavery.
It is. I agree with it because we've been on the road now for 2 years and we've got the freedom to go and come as we please, and it's kind of nice.
It's like one of my songs. Were you born into slavery? Were you born of Babylon? Raised but to obey. You struggle to carry on. Voice booms out across the world and into every home. Every flag in every country. Toys before the throne. What's that voice at the door? The Babylon pimp calling the world is whore. Were you born into slavery? Were you born of Babylon?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
When I'm hitchhiking down to town to get groceries, I find myself with a bit of time, so I toss words around.
That's good. That's good.
I've sang all my slab songs at the range a cappella.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I didn't really intend to. One night, Bill was, sort of discouraged. He only had 3 people up on his sign-up sheet for the open mic. And I was joking. I says, well, I could always sing my slab songs. He writes it down. So I went out there and sang them all a cappella. That wasn't the first time, though, that I ended up on the range. Once a year, we have something called the talent contest.
The talent contest, yeah, we missed that. We missed it.
The largest difference between the talent contest and the range's open mic is the talent contest starts in the daylight.
Yeah, and it goes for what, 12 hours or something?
It goes until the range starts. And I was slab gabbing, driving people here and there for this and that, and people were sort of egging me on to sign up for the talent show. So I came up with a plan. I'll sign up for the talent show and I'll drive my butt off. I won't be there when they call my name and I'll be safe.
Did it work?
Sort of.
Sort of.
I arrived there at sunset because that's when the range starts. The talent contest is over! And Builder Bill does his opening bit. And the next words I hear, Doc, you're up! I had given that much thought to an actual gig or some bit. So I bound up out of my seat with all the enthusiasm and confidence in the world, and I'm heading for that stage. I go, what the fuck am I going to do? Bounding up the steps, and I see that microphone coming at me. I'm going, shit, if they're coming with something. And so I start telling my slabber jokes. And this gives me a little bit of time. I've told them so many times I can probably do something else while I tell them. And I'm thinking about, okay, I only got a few of these. What am I going to do? And just as I'm about to run out of words to put in my mouth, it comes upon me. The Slab City sobriety test.
What's that?
Well, I pointed out some of the shortcomings of the traditional ones, such as, walking on one leg and doing all these weird things. It's like, I seem to recall most of these machines operate from the seated position. So, Slab City sobriety test improves upon this. You can keep your fifth between your legs, and if you fail, you can take the fifth. So I goes and told her, man, it's really simple. You just
You
put
need
your
to
fingers
you need to
together.
tuck up,
You just put your fingers together.
right?
You roll one forward. You roll the other one backwards. Problem was is that, like most of the species, they couldn't do it. Most people can't. So
Yeah.
pat your head, rub your belly.
Yeah.
With a minor benefit, I can unlock you. But so I looked at the crowd and I says, "Here's the last. Many of you have failed Slab City sobriety test, and we'd ask that you please quickly, quietly go to the nearest bonger bottle." Yeah, it went over good. And, you know, it was really funny. It was for about 2 weeks. I'd come around the corner and I'd see people going.
Trying to figure out how to do it.
You're trying to figure out how to do it.
You mess with people's heads a lot just for your own humor. Yes, you do.
I do, but I try to do so in a good way.
Yes. No, not in a bad way. Yes.
I have a half brother that I don't talk to, and I haven't talked to for 40 years because he has the same kinds of talents, but missing pages in his rule book.
Yeah. So you think you're going to stay here forever?
Forever's a mighty long time. They'll probably have to haul me out or carry me out or something like that.
So you plan on staying?
Yeah, if I can. I don't know where I'd go. I mean, she's got. I've been so long out here that I couldn't see me going into a little box.
No, and I've actually thought about that when I'm talking to when I speak to the people that have been here long term.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder in my own head, my own thoughts, like where
free range humans.
where would they go? Where
We're
would they
free
go?
range humans.
Yeah.
You can't put us in a box.
No.
Like
Wouldn't survive. It's like people coming out of prison that have been in prison for years and years.
Institutionalized.
They can't survive when they come out of an institution. They just can't.
We're
function.
deinstitutionalized.
And you are deinstitutionalized. That's true.
Yeah.
So go to a place where you have to follow rules and do this and do that. It wouldn't work for a lot of people here.
You know, it's like I go into town and I make sure I throw on a few extra sashes, and that way people hug your children real tight, and everybody will get scared, and then the store detectives will go somewhere else, and the cop will go and shrink in his uniform, and gosh, not only are these desert dresses good analogs to desert wear, great, they scare ignorant people. It's like an ignorance defense shield, you know. Ah, you an idiot? Hi.
First time I saw you, you walked by our camp several times, not
Yeah.
knowing who we were,
Yeah.
and you had on that hat with the little bells on the end, the jester's hat.
Oh, the jester's hat.
So I just kept calling you Jingle Bells.
Oh, I still have a jester's hat, although I think it's a different one than you may have got me in.
You reminded me of the guy off of Pirates of the Caribbean that kept stealing the black pearl.
This one. This is one of them. I had a different one that was multicolored and a baseball cap looking thing, but this one was made by somebody out here for me because my other one went up poof in the floor.
There you go. That's actually, I like that one better than the other one.
And then I've got.
You like your hats. You're famous for your hats out here.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, by the way, say Doc is better dressed than most women.
I don't know how that can be because it's usually the women who bring me the dresses going, this would look good on Doc. It's like, there was a viable threat for a while that they were going to make a Doc doll.
A Doc doll?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah, people bring the hats, and some are in better or worse repair, and as that time I try and resurrect some of the ones that are in not such a good shape. Some aren't made to be resurrected, they're just made to be thrown away.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Sometimes, if I like a couple of hats, I'll take it and put them together. Like this one I've been wearing is sort of a topless hat, you know, but some people have sensibilities, so we put something on the top of his hat.
Oh, now you're multicolored. There you go. You beautiful.
And then the thing with the sashes, well, you know, sometimes people ask me why I wear dresses. They'll be sitting there wearing jeans. And I'm like, where's your horse? Because men and women both wore dress-like outfits up until they invented the saddled horse. That's what gave rise to the pants. And I find pants very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Especially out here where it gets so hot.
Yeah.
Less clothes touching, the better.
Yeah, a lot of people actually out here have said that they wear dresses just because the heat is unbearable and it's a lot cooler and easier on you.
You ever looked at a deck of playing cards and noticed the Joker?
The Joker? No.
Yeah, and he wears sort of a short skirt. It was the hemlines to keep rise to what's called the codpiece. It comes up so far, and there's technical issues. So the piece here was invented to go and take care of that. And what was really interesting about the codpiece, like on the Joker, on the deck of cards, is that shortly after the codpiece was invented, so came the fish story. But then, when they got to pants, they didn't want to give up that little piece of status. So you know what happened to the codpiece?
No.
It drifted northward and became the tie.
Oh, the tie.
So if you think somebody's a real, well, their tie probably proves it.
There you go.
And, they try and go and keep the dresses off the ground as best they can, and I think I'm going to make a bunch of bars to go and drape them over. I don't like hangers, they're just complications. But sometimes I go, I want to look at this one. No, that one. No. I can just see going, right. The place isn't too filthy or nothing.
No, it looks great. You got some interesting things in here, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting.
All the little jingle arrows. And
do me a favor and tell me one of your slab jokes before we sign off.
let's see. You asked for it. It is the Slabs and Snowbirds. They're going up Low Road, and they come across a dog with his head caught in a tire in front of Marty's place. Well, you know, Slabs do what Slabs do. And when Sonny goes turns to the Snowbird and says, you want some of this? And the Snowbird says, well, sure, but do I have to put my head in the tire too?
That's bad.
What? I didn't say nothing.
No, you didn't. You always leave everything up to everyone interpretation of what you say. You're a sneaky little beggar.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, Doc, thank you so much for taking me inside your home. And he's got to get his purse. Those come in handy for carrying all sorts of things around out here.
Absolutely. And I go through several of them a season because, well...
Can you eat oranges, Doc?
Yes, I can.
I have like half a box from Costco that are going to go like no good.
If they're going to go no good, you should probably set them out where more people can get them.
Well, I've been passing them out as people come by. Okay, I'm going to sign off right now. It's Sherry from nightrider360.com, blog and YouTube. And we have just had the privilege of Doc showing us his camp. I'm going at all these layers to the outside.
Keeps the flies out.
Yeah, it keeps the flies out.
We got some flies. I mean, like horse flies. You can saddle them things.
Yeah, I know. They bite. The females. They're females,
all
right?
Females. All in insect world, it's the females that are the hunters and gatherers. Fellas, dinner. Maybe a movie.
So this is what he has for the common area. He gets to rest out here, and he's got shade.
It's a fireplace. It's made out of the wash tub from a washing machine. All them little holes where the water go out make for wonderful air circulation.
Yeah, fire
This
pit.
here, wind's been pretty interesting today. If you put some ocean behind it and a palm tree, maybe a weatherman, you get the picture. But this over here is made to go and start with one flame of the lighter. It uses a method very similar to the briquette starters you find at Walmart. The cylinders with the holes in the bottom, pick up the leads, the newspaper, hit the fire, and poof. Except this one, it's a little bit different. You got that, but then you got the side piece at an angle that takes uncut logs and things, and you just slide them in there.
Slide them in, and then they burn up. Yeah,
now,
okay.
The first fire starts the second fire. They both heat the pan, and the ashes all fall back in the same place.
Cool.
And by pushing the log in or out faster or slower, you get different temperatures.
That's right. Good for cooking. Yeah.
And this thing here
Okay.
This little guy here looks like a random piece of junk, but this is where you set your phone with the light on it so you can see what you're doing when you're cooking.
Smart. You get very creative. So he's got a second story back there.
Yeah, you can sort of see the second story sticking up over there, but
Yeah.
I need more dimensional wood because I can't get across to make the rest of the floor. So I don't have a hard roof, so when it rains, I get to be wet.
Right. So Doc is actually looking for wood, which a lot of people out here are.
Yeah, you see, out here we work on with scraps of things, so dimensional wood comes in short and gets shorter and becomes little blocks of things. And so getting pieces of wood that are actually tenable is...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thanks again, Doc.
All right.
I really appreciate this. So Sherry and Doug, we're at the Slabs. Nightrider360.com is our blog and our YouTube channel. And we want to thank Doc for spending the time to show us around his camp.
One thing I didn't see.
One thing I didn't see?
Yeah, what's every camp got to show you?
Okay, what? Oh yeah, we have to see this. And this is what he's talking about, people taking pride in actually doing stuff instead of having things handed to them.
Oh, grubby, but it has all the fascination of
Ah,
porcelain.
there you go.
You get to sit on the porcelain, and the P-trap in there has been punched out, so it's a drop through. Goes into a can that's suspended on rocks, boulders,
Yeah.
slotted out. And it actually feeds all the bushes and stuff around here. All these bushes.
That's why everything's green.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have porcelain. And this is where you're putting all your garbage?
That's about a 3-year supply of garbage.
3-year supply of garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're out in the daylight, I'll just pan quickly on Doc's yard so you can see it.
Oh, come see the robots.
Oh, we have to see the robots. Okay.
Yeah. We're making it out of the yard.
We'll make it out of the yard eventually, you say. Sorry, I don't have a proper video camera, so the mic isn't picking up maybe everything that Doc is trying to show us. I have to watch where I'm stepping here.
These were just added this month, I think.
Okay, hang on, I'm catching up. Oh, cool! I didn't even notice these, Doc. Okay, so the first one is...
We don't have names, just... got a nice face.
Yeah, he does have a nice face. It's not really showing up right now because of the lighting.
Yeah.
There's a robot.
Pump-up fuel canister for a stove.
Fuel canister for a stove. Then we got the second robot over here. He's made out of rake and wire and chains.
Brake line.
A brake line?
Yeah. Sort of singing.
I like this one.
This one is. That bass guitar there is one of the things from the fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Doc had a fire here where he lost his camp, and so